And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Ready? Liking 18. Liking 18.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, obviously you never want to fumble, but if you do, good to be towards the sideline and saves them the possession.
Saves the embarrassment, saves it going down on the play sheet as a turnover. But I still think it should go to the defense, even if they don't recover it. If you give up the football, you gave up the football.
Agree to disagree, I guess.
Can you tell what I played?
Yeah, you played defense.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
I took a shot.
In motion, the tight end. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. You look at this Packers defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Cowboy 80. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. Second down. The Packers at 2 and 4 here in the first half of the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
They'll run. Here's the rookie from Michigan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. The 20. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The slot man in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
This is caught at the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Broncos are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. about set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory.
Touchdown, Packers! A great play there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
This defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
18, right in.
He'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, you got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Second and 10. They run straight ahead with Snell. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers 31. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's out to the left, flat and complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Here we go, set.
1st and goal.
They'll drop the throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now a give here to Snell. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Mims in motion left. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And you wonder, I mean, is it even possible, especially for the quarterback, to mentally reset after that quick of a turnaround?
Well, we're certainly going to find out, aren't we? Because that play will stay in your mind, but somehow you have to compartmentalize, put it aside, pick yourself up, and get moving in the right direction.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Come on. Hey. 18 Cardinals.
Here's Snell yet again. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now,
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return.
and they will take over 1st and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
Go! Cougar 19!
Off the play fake. McNeil. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Panther 60! Panther 60!
They'll run on 1st down. Beltran. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Ready up!
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's taken in by Kraft. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
19 Tiger! 19 Tiger! 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Ready.
Back to throw now on first down. To the left side, it's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 22.
Ready, go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point safely through. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Panther 11. Panther 11.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
They're facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Okay, ready?
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. Now back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't he?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And got his man complete. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 94 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point up and good. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
Now they'll go with a reverse. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
2nd and 14. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Here we go. 70. Shot 60.
He'll drop to throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taken from just outside the 30. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Schwartz. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground. That open man that time, they ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll change things up.
60 Bison.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They go play action here on 1st down. Touchdown, Packers! Tucker Kraft in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. And that is off the left upright. It's no good.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback. And it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Now he'll tuck this and run. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
Ready.
Looking to throw. McNeil. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they were able to get to him.
That quick throw there is incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here. But that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Here we go. Set. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving them a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That one out wide and intercepted. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape. And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Back to throw. McNeil working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And the Packers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got him.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Packers use the short field to get in for 6.
Daniel's going to try and throw for it.
And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back. That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Warren. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Snell. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw.
And that'll be incomplete. Boy, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or 2 short.
An audible here to get a new look.
They're going to try and throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
They'll get it inside the 20.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tyler Warren, 35 yards.
And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
An extra point forthcoming. And that'll cut the lead down to 26.
Next the score, Packers 47, Broncos 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. There he goes, right side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. 62 yards. And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin.
He's across midfield. He's still on his feet.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Marvin Mims,
62 yards.
And the Broncos get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
The point after is good. And that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
But not that any of the points would be needed. But CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. 65 yards.
And the Packers start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Oh, nice move.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Practice this. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Warriors, 17.
2nd and 5. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
48-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 10 punt. Watch out now. 52. Ready.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. This offense so far on 3rd down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Nix looking to throw again.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
14. First down, Denver.
Let's go. 70 up. Tap the 60. Tap the 60. Let's go.
They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to turn here. He's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll look to throw. Finding Walker, complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as they'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
In motion comes the tight end left.
They'll go for it. Here's Nix.
And he is caught. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And this is no good. Boy, they didn't even get there. Not a good effort at all. And our score remains the same. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position. completion as he's up just shy of the 40. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. But the way this game has gone,
he's got a man complete. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Dances by him.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And this will be a Packers first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And some room to run now. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
At the 24-yard line.
And they'll keep leaning on the
the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 3.